Y'all have been absolutely loving these each round of the draft theme teams. So today we're gonna rebuild a team of only 6th round picks. And this is probably my favorite team so far. And despite it not looking great yet, this has potential to be a really good team in the next couple years. But I'll tell you exactly why I think that in just a second, but super quick, I'm gonna keep this intro super short. We've been doing really well with all the like goals lately, so be sure to drop a like on the video. It takes you like 2 seconds and it really helps out the channel. I very much appreciate it. Let's see if we can get to 1,500 likes again on this video. And again, big thank you for 15k. Let's see if we can get to 16k by the next time I upload a video. Subscribe if you like Madden rebuilds, because that's literally all I do on this channel. So if you like Madden rebuilds, you're definitely in the right place. And turn on notifications as well if you want to be one of the first people to ever see these videos, and make sure that you never miss one. And very last thing, just let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all might have, because a lot of my video ideas lately have come from the comments, and it's fun to incorporate y'all into the channel, you know what I mean? But anyways, that's enough plugging, and let's talk about how this is gonna work. So if you haven't seen either of the other ones, in the undrafted players one, I just drafted players that were projected to go undrafted. In the 7th round one, I could only spend 7th round picks, and in this one, we are only gonna spend 6th round picks. And we are gonna try to get every single 6th round pick each year, so we can have as many good shots, or as many shots at good players as we can. But like I said, this team is really fun. We have the greatest player of all time at quarterback, my king, Gardner Minshew. Genuinely one of my favorite players ever, though. I mean, I'm a Washington State fan. He was genuinely, like, pretty good for the Jaguars for like a year or two. Has kind of bounced around as a backup, but I still have faith in him, of course. I have to. He's the greatest player to ever live. But this team has some really bright spots on it, like this offensive line. It is older, at least some of it is, but it's probably an average overall of like an 84-ish, maybe, with Jason Kelsey. I mean, it's a good line. We also have Jamari Sawyer and John Runyon as backups, Bradley Bozeman too. We have Darren Waller on the team, of course, was a receiver for the Ravens, became a tight end, I think, for the Raiders, and was really good for them for a couple years. This receiving core, though, isn't super great. It's players that I think could break out in real life, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Isaiah Hodgins, but it's definitely lacking star power, I'll say that. The running back room is good. Elijah Mitchell's the #1 there. And then this defense, not as good as the offense. I do like the secondary a lot, though, and something I realized from creating this team is if you're gonna go for any position in the 6th round, you should probably either go offensive line, like I was saying, or safety. The amount of safeties, as I was going through this, that I saw is like insane. I mean, just the best ones that I grabbed: Marcus Epps, Josh Metellus, Quandre Diggs, Xavier Woods, Deshaun Elliott, Jordan Fuller, DeMar Hamlin, Donovan Wilson, Chuck Clark, Rudy Ford. Like, all of these guys have been starters at some points for their team. I think even Foyesade Olukun was a safety coming out of college. So if you want a safety, the 6th round is maybe your time to do it if you haven't taken one earlier. What I would not recommend drafting is one of the most important positions in football, and that is edge. The only 2 solid ones I found were Jacob Martin and James Houston. So, not great. The interior's solid, though, and the linebacking core is solid as well. The major concern I have for this team is the pass rush group, though, so that's going to be something we will probably heavily target in the draft. That and QB if Gardner Minshew can't catch on. We'll see. I don't know how he does in this year's game. But anyways, I'm really excited to get into this rebuild. This should be a super fun one, and this is a team that has a good amount of potential, unlike the 7th round one. That one was probably the most hard rebuild I've ever done. But this team already has some good players on it. It has youth on it, which is important, and hopefully we can develop some of those players. So with that, let's get into this rebuild, and let's get to the midseason point of year 1, and let's see how this team is doing. Okay, well, at the midseason point of year 1, we are 4-3. I didn't think we were going to be great to start this off, but we're doing pretty well. No guarantee that we make the playoffs. I mean, I've had some horrible collapses before. Oh yeah, we probably won't. How do we have 4 wins? We have 17.1 points per game in 22 points allowed per game. Like, did we just get absolutely smoked in one game and that's like dragging this down? Or okay, yeah, but we also smoked another team, so I don't know. Oh, and we got smoked in the last 2 games. Okay, that makes sense. So I think we're a good team, but we've been getting destroyed destroyed in the last 2 games, so I don't know if we're going to make the playoffs, but we'll see. I was going to check out the stats right now, but we'll just wait until the end of the year for that. We have some re-signings here, though, apparently. Who's this going to be? Oh, Quez Watkins. Ooh, Jason Kelsey and Chuck Clark. Quez Watkins, this is fine. 3 years, 14.7 mil. That works. He said he needs more time. I hate that scenario so much, that answer. Like, why not just accept it if you're gonna accept it? I don't know. It's so dumb. Jason Kelsey, 2 years, 28.6 mil. That's a pretty good deal. We'll take that. And he does resign. And Chuck Clark, 4 years, 24 mil. You know, he's not a starter, and we have like a million safeties, but I guess to be fair, we're not really gonna spend a lot of money in this rebuild more than likely, so that's fine. And he does resign. We'll take it. So we'll worry about Quez Watkins at the end of the year, but to be fair, he's not even a starter anyways, so it doesn't really matter if we bring him back or not. But with that, that's literally all there is for us to do here, so let's get to the end. What did my screen just do? Let's get to the end of year number 1, and let's see how this team can finish. Okay, well, I'm actually re-recording this part because my mic is being stupid and it randomly goes like super loud. So I'll just have some like ear rape parts in my video randomly. But in year number 1, we finished 6-11, which is very disappointing considering where we were at the midseason. We ended up going from 4-3 through the first 7 games of the year to 2-8 in the last 10 games. That's not ideal, believe it or not. And to be fair, we should have done better than that. I mean, we had like an 83 overall team at one point before I simulated to the offseason. Obviously, we got hit with regression and all that. But let's go over the season stats. I already showed these, but I have to show them again because my mic is stupid. Gardner Minshew was not great. 3,200 yards, 18 touchdowns, 13 picks. Only 60% completion percentage. But to be fair, he's like a 69 overall, so that's fair, I guess. Elijah Mitchell was not very good. 3.4 yards per carry. Did get 900 yards, but like the yards per carry is what matters. Only 5 touchdowns. Gardner Minshew with 6 rushing touchdowns. We would be better suited in a different scheme, I think, because I don't really want Gardner Minshew running the ball that much. I mean, he's a solid runner of the football, but like that's not really his strong suit. For receiving, Isaiah Hodgins led the team with 884 yards, 7 touchdowns. Donovan Peoples-Jones over 800 yards. Darren Waller didn't do very much, and Quez Watkins didn't really either. He had 0 touchdowns. Not great. The offensive line was fine for the most part. Oh, it looks like Jason Kelsey retired. He allowed 8 sacks this year, though, so that wasn't great, but I would rather have him than not have him. Mike Nwenu was pretty bad, too. Ryan Jensen wasn't great either. Malcolm Rodriguez led the team, though, with 143 tackles. Foye Oluokun with 143. Tackles for loss, 14 for Fadukasi, 11 for Houston, and sacks, 4 from Fadukasi led the team. Our number 2 pass rusher was an off-ball linebacker in Malcolm Rodriguez. James Houston had 2 sacks. He had 8 last year, I'm pretty sure, in like 150 snaps. He had 2 this year in almost 1,000 snaps. That's not ideal, believe it or not. And then Jacob Martin as a starting pass rusher with 1. So we're gonna need something there. Isaiah Rodgers led the team with 2 picks. Maybe it's questionable if we should use him here because he is suspended, but we kind of need whatever we can get, so we're gonna use him. Anthony Brown with 2 picks, and then a few players with 1 pick. Ah, damn it, I can't check yearly awards anymore, but Lamar won MVP, I remember that. We didn't have anyone up there for any awards. The NFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Christian McCaffrey, and defensive went to, I can't even remember. Aaron Donald, I think it was. Let me see, can I check it here? No, it'll just show the overall. Well, apparently it was Nick Bosa. I don't remember that, but apparently it was. And the Cowboys win the Super Bowl here over the Broncos, 2 teams that have seen a ton of Super Bowl success lately. Well, I guess the Broncos have a Super Bowl win recently, but the Cowboys haven't had one in like 30 years, so realistic Super Bowl there. But with that, now that I have that all recapped, let's get into the offseason. So for re-signings, I do still want Quez Watkins back just because. I guess we'll go player friendly, 4 years, 22 mil, and he does re-sign. We still have over 100 mil to work with, so we're chilling in terms of cap space. I don't think that's going to be a problem in this rebuild. The problem is going to be building a good team out of 6th round picks. So of course, Kelsey did retire, which really sucks, but at least we have Bradley Bozeman. That's like a fine replacement. We could also move John Runyon to center if I really wanted to, or Ted Karras back to center, or how the hell do you say his last name? He's been around forever. I still don't know how to say his last name. It looks like Darren Waller went up to superstar dev. Why? He wasn't wasn't that good. I mean, we'll take it, but he didn't really do a lot. Did we get any other dev traits, though? Let me see. Aluakun did, and I think that's it. Really, Jacob Martin didn't get a dev trait with 1 sack. That's shocking. But with that, let's get into the offseason. I don't think there's going to be anything we can really do in free agency, so I'll trade all our picks away for 6th round picks, and we'll see what we can do in the draft. Okay, well, here in the draft, the Rams have the number 1 pick. We don't pick until the 6th round, of course, so let's simulate to our pick and watch all these picks go by, as we can't take any of them. Super fun. But let's see what we want to do here. So I would say our 2 biggest needs are obviously 2 of the most important positions, and that's edge and QB. There are a few okay quarterbacks here. There's Jonathan Drew, who's a day 3 talent, only 22 years old, out of Stanford. Great throw power, okay-ish speed. It looks like it says he has decent speed. His ratings aren't great, but they're not terrible. And then there is Nick Kelly. You know what? We'll probably end up taking both of these guys. Nick Kelly has elite throw power, but he's not quite as fast, but he is stronger. Not great awareness, though, or accuracy. The other guy kind of looks better, even though this guy does have elite throw power, but we'll take both. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, never mind. I saw strength. I thought this guy had good speed and the other guy had decent, but no, that's strength that I saw. Okay, never mind. So, I don't know if we're going to take them yet, but I mean, I don't really see why not. We have back-to-back picks, so we might as well. There are a few 6th round picks we don't have, but like, oh well. I got as many as I could. So we'll go with Jonathan Drew first, just because I think he's a little better. Maybe. It's really hard to say, though. He's only 6 feet tall. He's 211 pounds at least. Let's take him here. Normal dev, as I kind of expected. 92 throw power, 79 speed. That's not too bad. 69 change of direction. Nice. So we'll see what his overall is. It'll probably be like a 68, 67. I don't know. I'm not used to taking players that are like this. If I'm taking a QB, it's going to be a good QB. Unless we're doing a challenge like this. And then Nick Kelly, again, not as accurate, but better throw power, little stronger, I guess better trucking, yay. He straight up doesn't look very good to me, though. I guess the elite throw power does carry, but his pure passing stats other than throw power really don't look great. He's 6'5", 234, though, much bigger. So let's go with Nick Kelly out of Rice. Unfortunately, also normal dev. I was kind of hopeful that he would have maybe star or something, because he does have, you know, crazy throw power that obviously means pretty high upside. He looks fat as hell there, wearing Jalen Hurts' number 1. That's kind of cursed. And not as strong as I thought he would be. I thought he would have like 70-ish strength, but he looks maybe okay. We'll see. I think the other guy might be better, though. And now let's just take a bunch of random shots at players and hope that something works out. That's pretty much all we can do here. This guy's interesting. Alex Jowers out of Ohio State. He is already 24, though. He's definitely a big-bodied 3-4 outside linebacker, so that'll work well transitioning to a 4-3 defensive end. He's 6'5", 270. Has A to C power moves. Hopefully that's at least B. B pursuit. Not great tackle, though. Not great awareness, it looks like. So maybe he's not great, but he's like the best we can get. I'm not going to show too many of these picks because, like, obviously most of them won't be good. He does have good strength, too, though. Almost 30 bench reps at the combine listed with great strength, so let's take him. Normal dev, unfortunately. Only 80 strength. That's kind of weird. I mean, that was almost 30 reps. But he has really good excel, which I didn't see coming. It probably said elite acceleration. I just never think to check that, but he looks decent for sure. The only problem with him is he is, of course, 24 years old, so we'll see what happens there. It's pretty much a death sentence in Madden, unfortunately. Oh, damn, okay. This guy's combine wasn't great, though. Tyrone Collins, plus his tackle isn't great. He does have solid power moves, though, but sometimes that doesn't mean a lot, so it's like, Calvin Pryor. Shout out Calvin Pryor. He was good for like a year and then disappeared. Okay, this guy's interesting. Evan Montgomery out of LSU. He's 6'2", 266, 21 years old, has B power moves, B pursuit, potentially good awareness and play rec, potentially really good tackling. He has elite acceleration, good speed. This guy could actually be pretty good. I don't want to guarantee it or anything because, I mean, there's a lot of unknowns about him, but he could be pretty good. So let's go with Evan Montgomery. Okay. Normal dev, but 91 acceleration, 82 speed, only 74 strength, though, as a power rusher. We'll see. He could be good. I'm just throwing every single pick at pass rush and hoping that one of these darts can land. We'll see. Okay, this guy's interesting right here. Kareem McCree. Shout out Overwatch, I guess. Terrible game. He looks really good. Elite almost everything except strength, but that's fine. Ran a 4.32 at the combine, 4.29 at his pro day. Had about a 42-inch vert if you like average out his combine and pro day. I mean, not exactly, but like close enough. He's A spec catch, B catch in traffic, B deep route. This guy, I don't know if he's gonna be great because he doesn't have good awareness. He has bad medium route, bad catching, possibly good release though, bad short route, but I don't know. We gotta take a chance on a guy that looks like this. This is probably gonna be the last pick I take, so let's go with Kareem McCree out of Georgia, another lefty. I mean, shout out my fellow lefties, but like there aren't that many of us, I guess. It feels like everyone is left-handed in these drafts. I don't know why, but let's take him. And he has hidden dev. Look at those ratings. 98 speed, 96 jumping, 98 change of direction, 97 agility, 97 excel. Ignore the 47 strength, but everything else is really good. So that might be a steal. We'll see. But I'll take quite a few more picks and then we might simulate it out once I don't really see anyone else good. And hopefully we got some good players. We'll see. Okay, well, in the draft, we actually got some decent players. We unfortunately didn't get anybody like crazy or anything, but with the first few picks we took, we got a few good players. Surprisingly, Nick Kelly is a higher overall than Jonathan Drew. What makes him better? I'm so confused. I want to learn how to draft better, obviously, but is it just the throw power? Because Drew is better at almost everything else. Maybe it's the deep accuracy too. That's probably it, because the combination of throw power and deep accuracy makes a good strong arm archetype, so I guess that's probably why. So Nick Kelly is probably going to be our starter this year, depending on the traits too, which I'll check that later. Ooh, he does not have good traits. How about Drew? Think even worse. Okay, well, we'll definitely start Kelly then. Alex Jowers is only a 66 overall at defensive end, but Evan Montgomery went up to a 70, moving down to defensive end. He doesn't look 6'2", 266. He looks about 6'2", 230, but apparently he is 266. Really good acceleration, good power moves. Nothing else is like super good about him, but we'll take those two things at least. I mean, that's a great combination of two abilities for a pass rusher. At least it would be in real life, but it of course doesn't matter in Madden simulation. And then Kareem McCree was the best player we got at a 71 overall with hidden dev. Of course, y'all have seen him, but he also has 85 spec catch, 81 catch in traffic, 75 deep route. His catching sucks. His route running outside of deep absolutely sucks, but we'll probably start him because he has hidden dev as a rookie, so we'll see what happens there. And then I took a lot of these picks, and to be honest, these were not great. I took like 5 tight ends, hoping one of them would have a crazy dev trait. Only one of them had a dev trait, and he is a 58 overall, so I'm just gonna check it now. Yeah, it's star, okay. And then I let the CPU take like these picks, I think it was. I can't remember. And they didn't do anything either, so at least we got, I think, 3 starters from this, so we'll take it. I don't know if they're great starters, but they're starters, that's for sure. But here's a look at the team heading into year number 2 of the rebuild. I'm kind of worried we might not win a game this year, not because we have like a terrible roster or anything, but because we don't have a great roster, and because Madden simulation, at least for the user team, is usually awful in year 2, so we'll see what happens. Kelly's kind of like set up to fail here, starting in year 2, but I think we'll stick with him even if he does suck, unless we do find like a crazy looking quarterback. We'll see, but the offensive line is still good. I moved some things around. We're gonna start McCree as our wide receiver 1. Hopefully Elijah Mitchell can play better. We could go to Khalil Herbert at some point if we want to. Darren Waller's still looking really good, didn't regress at all. And then on defense, things are looking pretty good here. I gotta put Montgomery over Martin, Martin, but he's over Martin anyways on the rush ends depth chart, whatever you want to call it, so he'll already get more playing time, but we'll rearrange it anyways. But I mean, this team is looking really nice, despite, you know, the overall. We just have to develop some of these players. So with that, let's get to the mid-season point of year 2, and hopefully we can do pretty well, even though I have my doubts. Bro, I hate this whole, like, NFL is scripted thing that they're doing, like all the commercials and all that shit. I hate it so much. I don't think many people actually think the NFL is scripted. I mean, I'm sure there are some people, but like that all them doing those commercials and trying to make a joke out of it so much almost makes me think it is scripted, and they're trying to be like, haha, we're making a joke of it. That means it's not scripted. Like, I hate all those commercials so much. I don't know why. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. They're some of my least favorites ever. They're just so cringy. I don't know why they feel the need to make those. I don't know. It annoys me. Bro, I hate this whole like NFL is scripted thing that they're doing, like all the commercials and all that shit. I hate it so much. I don't think many people actually think the NFL is scripted. I mean, I'm sure there are some people, but like that all them doing those commercials and trying to make a joke out of it so much almost makes me think it is scripted, and they're trying to be like, haha, we're making a joke of it. That means it's not scripted. Like, I hate all those commercials so much. I don't know why. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. They're some of my least favorites ever. They're just so cringy. I don't know why they feel the need to make those. I don't know. It annoys me. Okay, well, in year number 2, we are 2-5. If this doesn't go well, we might just say fuck it for the last year of the rebuild and just go crazy. Just ignore all the rules of this. We'll see. I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose of this, but like, I don't want to do another rebuild where we just lose every single game. I mean, where do we rank in the NFL? We're an 82 overall. We're definitely not towards the top, but I don't know if we should be 2-5. I mean, we're better than the Seahawks, same overall as the Saints, better than the Rams, same as the Raiders, better than the Panthers, better than the Packers, same as the Jets, better than the Jags, same as the Giants. There are definitely a solid amount of teams better than us, but we're better than the Cardinals, better than the Bucks, better than the Titans, better than the Texans. Like, we should be about mid. We shouldn't be this bad both first years. We have one of the worst defenses in the NFL and also one of the worst offenses, I guess. So we might think about a playbook change pretty soon, but I don't know how much that'll even do. I guess we'll just see, but we have some re-signings here. I did see Malcolm Rodriguez is the first one, James Houston, Russell Gage is a backup, Isaiah Rodgers. There are definitely some decent players here, Ryan Jensen, so we'll have to worry about bringing pretty much all these guys back. Unfortunately, like, none of them are interested because we suck, but Malcolm Rodriguez, 6 years, 54 mil, that seems a little expensive, but he does re-sign. James Houston, 3 years, 21.6 mil. Hold on, this is a question to ask, like, really late. Was Malcolm Rodriguez actually a fucking 6th round pick? Yeah, so wait, was the Lions 6th round pick, or 6th round last year just cracked? They got James Houston and Malcolm Rodriguez? I mean, Malcolm Rodriguez, I loved coming out. I did not see James Houston coming, though. I didn't even really know who he was. Okay, yeah, they were both 6th round picks. What the hell? But Isaiah Rodgers, we definitely want him back. 5 years, 38.5 mil. He doesn't re-sign. We'll just up the money a little bit later. Fadu Kasi, 2 years, 16.2 mil. He re-signs. Jamari Salyer is a backup now, but could potentially start in the near future. We'll go 4 years, 20 mil. Ha, funny. He comes back. Ryan Jensen, 2 years, 27 mil. He doesn't re-sign. And then it's a lot of backups back here. Connor Hayward's a starter. I guess we can re-sign him. 2 years, 6.6 mil. I mean, that's really cheap. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's just backups back here. We'll bring Matt Ariza back. 3 years, 6.9 mil. Nice. Which apparently he didn't do. So he's back in the game. Or like he didn't know she was like 17 or something. I don't fucking know. He's back in the game. He doesn't re-sign though. The whole thing's still a little sus, but I mean, like, if she lied, then she deserves charges, but I don't know. It's weird. But that's all there is for us to do here, really. So let's get to the end of year number 2, or whatever we're in. I think it's year 2. And let's see how this team can do. I hope we can bounce back, but it's not looking great right now. All right, well, fuck it. Let's just see if we can go 6-11 every year. We go 6-11 once again. We were the worst defense in the NFL. I mean, our yards weren't. We had a solid run D and a terrible pass D, but still better than our overall, like, points allowed, which was last in the NFL. And our offense wasn't good either, but we had get a good pass game, which is confusing because we weren't a good passing offense last year. We were just run heavy, and I don't think the quarterback we have is a good scrambler. I think he had good change of direction, but he just was kind of slow. But I don't know. Let's check out the season stats. Nick Kelly wasn't great. 4,100 yards. Ooh, 20 touchdowns, 26 interceptions. I want to stick with him, but that's awful. That's not great. He's up to 98 throw power, though, up to a 71 overall. Developed 4 overall throughout the year, which is solid, but like, yikes, bro. Rushing, Elijah Mitchell sucked, 3.5 yards per carry. Nick Kelly did absolutely nothing on the ground. But our receiving was kind of nice. Donovan Peoples-Jones with 1,100 yards, 5 touchdowns. Isaiah Hodgins with 1,000 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kareem McCree, 900 yards, only 3 touchdowns. I was hoping he would have more. I mean, I made him our #1 receiver and our slot receiver, trying to get him as much production as I could, but it definitely didn't work out. I mean, he was okay, but I wanted him to be our #1 receiver. And then Darren Waller with 609 yards, nice, 6 touchdowns. Blocking, Mike Nwenu sucked, Ted Karras sucked, John Runyon sucked, Ryan Jensen wasn't great, and then Trey Smith was our only good lineman. Foyesade Oluokun led the team with 125 tackles, 118 for Malcolm Rodriguez. Tackles for loss, 19 from DJ Jones, and Evan Montgomery led the team, 12 for Fadukasi. And then sacks, a whole 4 from Evan Montgomery led the team. You know what? There's almost no chance at him winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. Maybe the tackles for loss can carry, but we'll see what happens. I don't know if this is gonna be a super successful rebuild, but y'all will watch anyways, right? Smile, because you just love me and that's why you're here, right? Smile. DJ Jones had a deadly 3 sacks. James Houston, absolutely lethal, a whole sack and a half in how many snaps? Probably almost 1,000. 975. Yeah, that's 0.00001 of a sack per snap. Not actually, but like probably not far off. And then interceptions, 4 from Donovan Wilson led the team, 3 for Diggs, 2 for Oluokun and Elliott, and 1 for Isaiah Rodgers. I think our lack of pass rush is the main problem with our defense. I mean, shocking, I know, but like, I don't even know if it's scheme is what I'm saying. We could switch to the Bills defense and see if that can get us some more pressure. In fact, I think we're gonna do that just to see what happens, because I mean, we might as well try it at this point. Clearly this isn't working, so if it's broke, then fix it, you know what I mean? Damn, the Cowboys, good lord. Why are they so good in this game? I mean, they're good in the regular season in real life a lot of the time, but not that good. And we all know what happens after they're good in the regular season. You know, I don't think I've ever tried the Cowboys playbook in this game, though. Should we try it, or is it just Dak that makes it good? I don't know, but I definitely want to try out the Bills defense, and I guess we'll try out the Cowboys offensive playbook. We'll see how that goes. Oh, McCree has superstar dev. I wish we got him the ball more, though. Damn. But he does look even better now. Hopefully he can get 99 speed by the end of the rebuild. We'll see. He's just a pure deep threat, though. He doesn't really have anything else. So playing him in the slot isn't really a great idea. I just wanted to get him production, but it didn't really even work. So that's tough, I guess. But let's check out yearly awards really quick. I almost forgot to do that. MVP goes to Lamar Jackson again. Is this going to be a new problem? Did they make Lamar crazy? Or I don't know. Maybe it's just a weird coincidence. Jalen Hurts on the Bears up there again. Is this just the exact same top 10 as last year? I don't know. It looks a little different, but not much. Offensive Player of the Year goes to CeeDee Lamb. Tony Pollard up there. Dak Prescott up there. Maybe we made a good idea switching to the Cowboys offensive playbook. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Hassan Reddick, of course, a former Eagle. Guess what? Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs up there. That's fun. No Eagles up there. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Chester Everett on the Cardinals. Kareem McCree at #2. Nick Kelly at #6. Unfortunate. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Brian Culver on the Bears. Evan Montgomery at 4. You hate to see it. No awards at all once again. I mean, we weren't really deserving of them, but I was hoping the 19 tackles for loss would be enough for our defensive guy for Montgomery, and I was hoping the 900 yards, not 1900, good lord, the 900 yards would be enough for Kareem McCree, but apparently not. But let's get into the offseason and we'll see what we can do. Maybe I should just simulate the entire draft that we do. I don't know. We'll see what happens when we get there. But in the Super Bowl, oh, shocker, the Cowboys win it 33-24 over the Bengals. Of course they win it. Why wouldn't they? Look at the rest of our division outside of the Cowboys, though. Good lord. Nobody had more than 6 wins other than the Cowboys. The Cowboys had as many wins as the rest of our division. That's insane. They had 15. Us and the Giants, each with 6. That makes 12, obviously. obviously. We're doing basic math out here. Plus the 3, that makes 15. I'm a rocket scientist, I know. Yeah, the Cowboys had as many wins as the rest of our division. That's something. That's definitely something. I'm not mad that they're so good in this game. You're mad. Plus ratio. I don't know. What year is it? 2020? I don't know. But for re-signings, we still have some decent players here. Isaiah Rodgers, we for sure want back. I mean, he's an actual starter and one of our better starters, which is sad. And he doesn't re-sign. God damn it. How much is it to tag him at 22 mil? I mean, we don't need that for anything else, but like still, that's gross. But we'll do it. Ryan Jensen will bring back. He does re-sign now that we up the money a little bit. I didn't see what the exact terms were, but it doesn't really matter. We need some players on the team. We need whoever we can get. Josh Metellus is solid, 4 years, 15 mil. We could even move him back to safety if I wanted to. He does play linebacker in real life. That's why I moved him down to linebacker. But yeah, we just had so many safeties that I was like, we might as well use these guys somewhere else where they can actually be useful instead of just rotting away as a backup or not even making the team. And then Matt Ariza, I guess we'll bring back. There weren't many 6th round punters or kickers that I saw. It was Matt Gay and Matt Ariza. Apparently, if your name is Matt and you've played for the Bills, has Matt Gay played for the Bills? Or no, it's Tyler Bass. That's who it is. Never mind. I'm stupid. And yes, he has played for the Bills. Currently does, I think. I don't know. I don't keep track of kickers and punters that much. But anyways, I'm just rambling like crazy. Let's get into the offseason and hopefully we can maybe upgrade this team. We'll see. I hope. Okay, well, here we are in the draft and the Panthers have the #1 pick this year. It's an interesting top 5, we'll say that. Some of the teams make sense right now, but like Dolphins, the Panthers, I don't know if they would be getting those picks. Either way, we pick at number 6, or at number 6. What am I saying? Our first pick is in the 6th round, of course. And is there anybody good? There's some okay, or there's one okay looking QB in Owen Sheldon. Oh, he is interesting. That is one of the fastest quarterbacks I've ever seen. We are gonna have to take him. We might as well do it with the first pick. What are his player notes? Beautiful spiral. Could use some improvement at recognizing pressure. At least it's not terrible. Does well to avoid sacks. Loves to run and play outside of structure. Multi-angle quick motion. This dude looks insane. If I didn't know any better, I would think he's even better than a day 3 player. A 4.33 at his pro day for a quarterback. That is absurd. I mean, most of the time, if there's a quarterback that fast, they're going in the first round regardless. Plus, he has great throw power. Imagine if it was elite, though, but, like, that's still insane. Yeah, we need to take him. Let's go with Owen Sheldon out of Alabama, too. Like, you would think that, like, these late, crazy good-looking QBs would be, like, a tiny school guy, like fucking North Texas A&M. Like, I don't know. I think that's a school. I don't even know if it is. Oops, I almost took this guy. I accidentally switched. But let's go with Mr. Owen Sheldon out of Alabama. Really? Normal dev for someone that looks this insane. That's crazy. 93 speed, 92 throw power, I think is the best combination I've ever seen. And this dude was, like, projected to go undrafted. That's absurd. He'll probably be like a 66, 67 overall. I don't know, but either way, that's crazy that he was available this late. I mean, he's probably just not good, but those ratings are insane. We might go back-to-back receivers. Both of these two guys look all right. Alex McDaniels and Terry Hardiman. Switch the first letters of his names around and you have an interesting one. Let's go with Alex McDaniels first. Looks like a good slot receiver. He'll probably be like maybe a 70-ish overall. I don't know. Let's take him. No dev trait, of course. Slot receivers, I don't think I've ever seen one with a dev trait, but he might be decent. We'll see. And then Harry Tardiman. Let's take him here out of Liberty. He's not that slow for a 6'5", 232 pound receiver. Does that make sense? I don't know. English is hard, but he doesn't look great, but he also doesn't look terrible, and that's what we should try to shoot for here. So let's take him. Another normal dev, but he could be decent. His acceleration is really bad, though. Clifton Bolware. That sounds like a 1940s player name. That's so goofy. Same with Jerry Clinton, low-key. He actually looks interesting, though. Really good vertical jump, good bench press, solid 40 time. He has good zone coverage. You know what? Good press, too. Let's take him. Normal dev, unfortunately, but he looks like a good player. We'll see. Another corner here, Dominic Rushing. He has A press. His coverage isn't great, but at least he has C zone coverage, and he had a really good 40. It's not even great speed, though. That's kind of unfortunate, but another really good jumper, good strength. He looks similar to the last guy, slightly worse coverage, but slightly better speed. Let's go with Dominic Rushing out of LSU, and he does have hidden dev. Okay, good speed, good jumping. I like that pick a lot. We'll take it. I don't know what his overall is going to be, but I would guess like a 66 maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Chris Telfer. Isn't that like the name of a tight end? I don't know. And let's go with Lionel Boyce here. Ooh. Wait, this guy could be really good. He's not even listed as a deep threat. He's listed as a playmaker. He ran a 4.29 at the combine, a 4.28 at his pro day. Good vertical jump, has elite speed, change of direction, agility, and acceleration. He has a deep route, which is enough said already. He also has B catch in traffic. Nothing else looks good in terms of receiving ability. Actually, he might have good spec catch. But the even more intriguing thing about him is even with 4.29 speed and a deep route, he's listed as a playmaker, which means he should have really, really good run after catch ability on top of like the deep threat ability he has. So this guy looks insane. Maybe he just won't be, and maybe I'm just getting overly excited for no reason, but let's take him. Hidden dev, obviously. 97 speed, 97 change of direction, 99 agility, 98 acceleration. This guy could be crazy. We'll see. And I think for my last pick, we will take round 6, pick 9. Nice. What do we want to do here? We need some kind of pass rusher. It's just none of them end up looking good at all. That's the problem. Like, you can just not find good ones this late, which is realistic. I'll give them that. There were like no good undrafted, or not undrafted, 6th round pass rushers for some reason. So apparently if you want to go pass rush, don't do it in the 6th round. Ooh, this guy looks good. Oh, he's so slow though. He's strong. Fuck it, let's go with Dion Burton for the last pick that I'm going to show. I'll take like 1 or 2 more after this. Just looks like a good off-ball linebacker. Let's take him. Normal dev, unfortunately, but he could be a good overall. We'll see. Okay, maybe I need to take like all the picks because I was low-key cooking and the CPU did like absolutely nothing for the rest of the draft. I mean, they took some okay running backs, but like that's not hard to do necessarily. I could probably have taken better ones, but we got some good players. Owen Sheldon is a 68. We'll probably start him just because our QB last year was like really bad. I was thinking our QB last year would have done about as well as Gardner Minshew did, and that's why I was like, if he does that, I'll give him another chance, but he was like really bad. So we'll try out Sheldon just because he has good traits and his ratings are crazy. I really wish he had a dev trait though, but it is what it is. Alex McDaniels is a 73 though. He's a genuinely like good player. He was probably like a borderline 1st round talent, probably like 1st to 2nd. We got him in the 6th round, so that's pretty nice. Terry Hardiman isn't great. What if we move him to tight end? I mean, that's stupid, but like, this isn't a realistic rebuild. He goes up to a 70? Sure, why not? Fuck it. That makes that look even better. Jerry Clinton, this corner right here, is a 71. That's also a good pick. That's probably like a 2nd or 3rd round talent that we got in the 6th round. Dominic Rushing with the hidden dev is a 68 with hidden, or I just said hidden. Whatever. That's fine. Lionel Boyce is also a 73, and he actually has hidden dev. I want to see what would he be at running back. I mean, I'm not going to do it, but he is listed as a playmaker. Oh my god, he looks so short. I think he is 5'8 though, to be fair. Oh, he would only be a 72 at running back. Okay. You used to be able to switch receivers to running back, and they would go up to like a 99 overall or something if they were good enough. Like Tyler Lockett, I think you could do that with, which that would be an excellent way to get him hurt like immediately. So gotta love the realism there. But Lionel Boyce, that was a great pick. He'll probably start for us. Dion Burton, this off-ball linebacker I took, is a 70 overall. We literally almost hit a 70 overall on every single one of these picks, and if we didn't, at least for rushing, we had a hidden dev on him, so we did well to start off. I took Brinkley. He's not great though, and then Damian Martin was the last pick that I took at a 68 overall. Again, the CPU took some like okay running backs, but it literally did nothing else for us. How many running backs did it take? 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? If you're gonna do that, there should be at least 170 plus overall, but why? Okay, at least Mike Clinton, another Clinton, what the fuck? Shout out Bill Clinton, I guess. He has hidden dev, that's cool, but bruh, why? Oh wait, I also want to see, what would Owen Sheldon be at running back, just out of curiosity, because he did look like an insane runner of the football. Oh my god, he would be a 71. He would actually go up from quarterback to running back. I've never seen that before. He would be a 68 overall wide receiver. That's That's insane. I have never seen that for a quarterback for. That's low-key really cool. You would even be a 51 overall corner and a 48 overall safety. Interesting. Well, obviously we're going to keep him at quarterback, but he's better at running back than any of the running backs the CPU took. That's fun. Yeah, he is genuinely the craziest athlete I've ever seen at QB in this game. 90 change direction, 83 ball carrier vision, 83 juke move for a quarterback. That's like Lamar Jackson type shit. That's crazy. But anyways, let's get into year number 3 of the rebuild and let's see how the team's looking. But here's a look at the team heading into year number 3 of the rebuild. We have a solid roster for sure. We just really need a breakout from some QB here. And hopefully Sheldon can give us that. I mean, I like his traits. I love his ratings. If I had him in like a user league, I would go crazy with this dude. I mean, I suck at this game. But it would be hard to be bad with 93 throw power, 93 speed. So, I don't know. He's a ridiculous looking player. I don't know how a player like him does not have a dev trait. Like, that's just stupid, but whatever. We're also going to start Boyce at receiver. Hopefully McCree can be good again this year. Maybe even better. We'll see. And then on defense, everything is mostly the same. Montgomery did get star dev like I was hoping, but I mean, if he can't play well, he just can't play well. We'll see what he can do. He's up to 84 power moves. Imagine having 84 power moves, 83 speed, 91 excel, and getting like 2 sacks, or he had like 4. I don't know. We'll see what he can do this year. Hopefully he can be solid at least. I mean, we have an okay duo, James Houston at a 78 overall too. Like, they're not low overalls. They're not great overalls, obviously, but they just play so bad. I'm half tempted to give James Houston traits because, I mean, with the overall he has, he should be so much better than he is. You know what? Fuck it. I've never done this before, but I'm going to do it. We're going to give him some good traits to actually make him play at least close-ish to his overall. It probably won't make him amazing, but it should make him a little better than he is. And you know what? To balance it out, let's give a division rival pass rusher some traits too. That should have them. Does Kayvon Thibodeau have good traits? He should, but I don't know if he does. I never really see him do that well. This could really bite us in the ass, actually. We could turn him into a monster. Hopefully we don't do that, but we'll see. Okay, there, we did that. But yeah, either way, the team is looking solid for sure. It's just about developing some of these younger players and actually having them play well. Oh, also Donovan Wilson got superstar. I didn't notice that, but we'll take it. But anyways, let's get into the season and let's get to the mid-season point of year 3 and hopefully we can do okay, but we'll see. Okay, well, at the mid-season point of year number 3, we are 2-5. Who would have guessed? Can't wait to go 6-11 again. But let's check out the team. I want to show something. So Boyce's dev trait is not revealed yet, but I spent an upgrade for him and it showed an ability slot. So we have our top 2 receivers both have superstar devs, so that's pretty huge. We will take that. Unfortunately, Sheldon has only gone up to a 70 overall. I'm guessing he kind of sucks again, unfortunately. Or well, not again for him, but like just another not great QB. He's doing better than Kelly did. 1,500 yards, that's not great. 11 touchdowns, 10 picks. At least it's more touchdowns than picks. We'll take that, I guess. We'll take what we can get. This feels like I'm rebuilding a 0 overall team or something, but like not ever upgrading it. I mean, it's not that extreme, but I feel like we're just stuck at the bottom and we can't get off. Pause. That was a bad sentence. Like, we're better than teams like the Patriots. We're an 81 to their 80. I mean, we're not much better, but they have a better record than us. There's only so much I can do. I mean, we're better than the Saints, better than the Patriots, like I said. I guess we are one of the worst teams in the NFL now, but we would have developed if we did well when we had a good roster. We're better than the Cardinals, same overall as the Broncos, so yeah, we don't have a great overall compared to the rest of the NFL now. But maybe we can get some development this year, we'll see. We have a ton of re-signings here though, 21. Trey Smith, Mike Nwainu, okay, this is like our entire team. Definitely want Trey Smith back, 4 years, 64 mil. I don't even know if I'm going to show all these, because like this doesn't really matter. We're going to bring these players back, obviously. Like, there's no reason for us not to. Like, they're really all we have. So I'm not going to bother to show all of this. I mean, we may or may not bring back some of the backups, like Isaiah Hodgins. We'll probably bring him back, but he's not interested. Okay, he does come back. But I'll get through these, and really, that's all there is for us to do here. So let's get to the end of year number 3, and hopefully we can rebound. Hopefully we can bounce back, but I feel like we missed our window of actually doing well, and now the team isn't great. We'll see, though. Okay, well, in year number 3, we actually started to rebound a little bit at the end of the year. I mean, not really, but kind of. We finished 5-4-1, so like barely a positive record, like as close as you can get to not having a positive record. We apparently tied with, I'm guessing, the Commanders, because they also have a tie. Ties are very rare in this game, but we did have one this year, and it feels like if there ever is a tie, it's us that has a tie, like whatever team I'm using. I never really see another team with a tie, which is interesting. Unless it's just like luck, it could say something about how simulation works for like the team you're using, that it's like different than every other team's simulation. I don't know. But Owen Sheldon was actually really good. 4,200 yards, 36 touchdowns, 15 picks. So hopefully he can win Offensive Rookie of the Year. We'll see, because if we can develop him, I mean, we found our QB. It was a little late in like the second to last year of the rebuild, but better late than never, I guess. Elijah Mitchell sucked again. I mean, he had a lot of touchdowns, but like whatever. Touchdowns are important, obviously, but it's not like a determining factor if a player is good or not, really. With QBs, sure, but like, I don't know. Only 3.8 yards per, or 3.5 yards per carry for Mitchell. 4 for Sheldon, though. We'll take that. 400 yards from him, too. Donovan Peoples-Jones with 1,100 yards and 15 touchdowns. Good lord. Kareem McCree with 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns. He was good. And we can't seem to get these rookie receivers to do very well. Lionel Boyce with 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. I tried to play him exactly where Donovan Peoples-Jones was last year, and it still didn't work out, so I don't know what to do there. Darren Waller was solid. Ugh, John Runyon was fucking terrible. Oh my god. 11 sacks allowed from guard? I might just cut him straight up and just roll with like a whatever 67 overall guard I can get in the draft in the 6th round, because that's terrible. The rest of the line wasn't that bad. Ryan Jensen kind of sucked. Mike Nwaynu's been not great for the whole rebuild, but Trey Smith was good again. Foyesade Luakun with 125 tackles, led the team tackles for loss. Good amount overall. 17 from Fadu Kasi, 16 for Houston, 14 from Montgomery. Good amount. And then sacks. You know, apparently the traits really helped out, because James Houston got 10 sacks this year, which is more realistic for him. So we'll take that. Evan Montgomery with 7.5. I think what I should do is in my custom rosters, maybe I should just give every pass rusher full traits. That might result in like too many sacks. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I should take every trait away from pass rushers. I don't know, because they're either too high or too low depending on the player. It's annoying. But yeah, Evan Montgomery with 7.5 sacks too. He was good. 4.5 for Fadu Kasi, 3 from DJ Jones, and then picks, 4 for Isaiah Rodgers. I don't know how he hasn't gotten a dev trait. He's been good here. 3 for Donovan Wilson, 2 for Anthony Brown, and then 1 for a few players. But let's check out yearly awards. MVP goes to Lamar again. Back to back to back for him. God damn. Owen Sheldon at number 9 as a rookie. I hope Artie Shirley is not a rookie, because if he beats out Owen Sheldon, I will kill myself. No. But like, if that would happen, it would happen to me. If it could happen, that would happen to me, where we have a 6th round QB do super well, and there just happens to be a quarterback in the same division as a rookie that does even better. That would happen to me. I'm just hoping he's not a rookie. Although I think I did see that name in the draft, but let's hope it wasn't this year and I'm just misremembering. Cooper Kupp, the white boy, wins Offensive Player of the Year, because of course he does. He doesn't win it as much this year, but he does win it a lot. Donovan Peoples-Jones at number 8. I don't know what I just did. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Donald. Who would have guessed? James Houston at number 8. We'll take that. Offensive Rookie of the Year, thank the Lord, does go to Owen Sheldon, so apparently that guy was not a rookie. Lionel Boyce at number 4. It would have been cool if we top 2'd. I wish he did a little better, but it is what it is. Mike Clinton at number 10. I think that was the slot receiver we got, who was also good, but there's nowhere for him to play. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Bill Binns on the Panthers. That name annoys me for some reason. I don't know why. There's certain names in this game where I don't like it. It sounds like either like 40s football player or like a fictional character or something. I don't know. That's one of them. But I don't know, we had good-looking stats, yet we still had one of the worst defenses in the NFL, unfortunately. And we once again did not make the playoffs. But let's get into the 4th and final year of the rebuild. And hopefully we get a pretty good dev trait for our QB, and hopefully we can get lucky through the draft. Those are the major things we're banking on here for this 4th and final year. I was going to cheese it, or not really cheese it, I was just going to say, forget about the rebuild, let's just see how good of a team we can make, because it would be lame to go like 6-11 every a year, but we have a legit shot at being good for the final year. Will it happen? That's a different story, but there's a chance. Surprisingly, Sheldon only gets one upgrade with 36 passing touchdowns as a rookie, and only star dev. I was hoping for superstar. That's kind of rough, but I mean, I guess we'll take it. It's not like we really have much of a choice. But in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs won it against the Falcons. The Falcons lose another one. That'd be their second in like 10 years at this point, however long it's been. So sucks to be them. But in terms of re-signings, Isaiah Rodgers does finally get a dev trait, but he doesn't want to come back. We'll up the money though. He's not very expensive. 5 years, 38 mil, and he re-signs. Deshaun Elliott, I guess we'll bump his money a little bit. He re-signs too. Sebastian Joseph Day is older, but I mean, he's still solid. He isn't really regressing. John Runyon, that's hilarious. Absolutely not. Quandre Diggs hasn't really done a lot. We could move him back to safety if I wanted to, but we'll re-sign him. We probably didn't even need to up that. We probably could have gotten him for cheaper because he regressed, but oh well. Marcus Epps, do you want to come back and be a backup? Nah, we have better replacements in place already. Anthony Brown was good, but he's down to a 73 at 32 years old. Allen Owens, just some guy that we drafted out linebacker. I like practice squatted him and then I signed him back and moved him to safety. He is star dev. It's not like he's ever going to see the field, but we'll just re-sign him because he has a dev trait. But anyways, let's get into the offseason. We're not really going to do anything in the draft, or in free agency, I don't think. So let's just get straight to the draft and let's see what we can do. Okay, well, in the draft, the Saints have the number 1 pick. We pick at number, of course, in the 6th round. I don't know why I keep saying that. I'm just used to obviously having a first round pick and saying what that pick's going to be, but no first round pick here, obviously. We don't even have the first 6th round pick, as stupid as that is, but like it doesn't really matter. I don't think we're really going to be missing Cordell Harris, even though he is from Washington State. I would love to have him, but you know, I don't think he's going to be better than Darren Waller at like an 82 overall or whatever he still is, so that's fine. But to be honest, I don't know what we could even really get from this draft that would help the team out that much. Oh, and I do want to show y'all something insane. I'll show that once we get to the season though. The team breakdown, I won't show it yet. God, I really want pass rush still, but there just isn't a great one. This guy actually looks good, but he's a defensive tackle. He does look pretty good though. You know what? Our first pick is going to be Grant Starks out of Clemson. Another big school guy going later in the draft, but he looks pretty good, so let's take him. Normal dev, unfortunately, but solid strength, good acceleration. I don't know, he could be decent. We'll see. I'm not too worried about how this draft goes. I'm just worried about how our QB will play this year. We could go with KJ Cartwright, but we don't really need any more linebackers, again, for something I'll show y'all in a second. Unless there's a good pass coverage one. We do need one, but none of the pass coverage ones look even decent. We could maybe use O-line depth, I guess. Oh, this guy's good strength, but his ratings are awful. With this pick, we might go with Luke Foster. He at least has solid awareness and maybe good power. I don't know for sure though. Lacks discipline. He doesn't look good actually, but we'll take him because I don't know who else to take. 69 speed, nice. You love to see it. And I do want to go with at least maybe one crazy receiver. Let's see if there's a really fast one. This guy might be actually pretty good. I'll remember him. Bryson Hurst. Elite acceleration, decent enough speed, maybe okay looking receiving ability. We'll remember him. You know what? We might as well take him now. Let's go with Bryson Hurst out of Georgia. Probably the second to last pick I'm going to show, and he does have hidden dev. So we have like more than enough receivers, but if we can get good players, we might as well get good players. You know what I mean? Didn't look like the craziest playmaker ever. Like he kind of had iffy ball carrier ratings, but everything else looked good. Oh my God, a 4.71 receiver. He doesn't even look good at anything else. What is he? A playmaker? I almost want to take him just to see if he would be, I don't even think he would be that bad because I feel like speed doesn't matter that much for like playmaker types. I mean, you don't want him that slow though. And then a 4.67 guy right after. What are they feeding these receivers? Because it definitely ain't good. They need to stop feeding it to them. Feeding them bricks or something. I don't know what the hell they're feeding them. The fastest receiver does seem to be Matt Hampton, who isn't like that fast. A 4.35, that's good, obviously, but usually the fastest 40 time for a receiver is like 4.3, 4.31, or like even in the 4.2s, but we'll take him. He might be okay. 95 speed, only 71 change of direction though. Gross. But I might make take a few more of these picks because I do know last year simulating it didn't really work out super well. So I'll take a few more and we will see how we can do. Okay, well, unfortunately, this wasn't as good of a draft as I thought it was, honestly. We did get a few good players. I think the last pick I took was... I think it was Wendell Beasley right here, but I took all these picks. I think the highest overall player we got before I like switched positions around and everything is Jalen Sims, a linebacker out of Florida, another big school. I mean, literally all of these are big schools. Clemson, Miami, Georgia, Clemson again, Penn State, Michigan State. FAU is really the only smaller one. Nevada's not massive. Michigan, okay, Northern Iowa. There are some small-ish schools mixed in here, but for the most part, they're big schools. But we did hit a few dev traits here. Beasley has a dev trait. He actually looks decent, 91 speed. I mean, safety is like our last need. We don't really have the best starters there anymore, but we have so many goddamn safeties. I think Lloyd Carter also has a dev trait. He does. I think Reggie Birmingham has a dev trait. He does. Looks like a good linebacker, 92 speed, by the way. Who else? One of these receivers did. It was Bryson Hurst, who's a 67 overall, which isn't great, obviously, but he still looks solid. You'd be a 68 running back, meh. So, I mean, I don't know. It wasn't the best draft ever, clearly. I pulled the same strategy the CPU did last year. I picked like a million running backs just because I didn't know what else to take. But anyways, let's get into year number 4 of the rebuild, the final year, and let's see how the team is looking. Okay, unrelated to the rebuild, but I don't know if it's just me, but every Thursday night game seems super weird this year. I don't know why. Like, I'm watching the Eagles-Vikings right now. There have already been like 6 turnovers or something. Kirk Cousins just fumbled and the Eagles got a touchdown off of it. Like, and then the last week's Thursday night game, there were like however many drops from the Chiefs. I don't know. Thursday nights are weird apparently this season, at least so far. I guess it's only been 2, but still. But here's a look at the team heading into the 4th and final year of the rebuild. We've definitely had better at only a 78 overall, but we should develop throughout the year. I mean, we have a lot of high upside players. And the thing I wanted to show, but these dev traits here on defense for some of our hidden devs last year. Gardner at linebacker, Dion Gardner, has superstar X Factor. It seems like there are a decent amount of X Factors in the later rounds. I feel like I've never gotten one in like year 1 though, which would be nice, but I guess that's just how it's worked out. And then Dominic Rushing, also superstar X Factor at corner. And also, not as important, but it could be potentially, Joseph Van Buren, an offensive lineman, also has superstar dev. Not quite X Factor, but it's not like X Factor does anything for offensive linemen, so that's fine. Which you can get X Factor now, by the way. I've had people in my comments saying offensive linemen can get X Factor. I mean, and I've seen it firsthand. I got one not that long ago, so it is a thing, which is weird because there's no point to it, but it's a thing. Maybe move them to like tight end or something? I don't know. That might not be a terrible idea. It would at least bring the X Factor to use. Not that it really does anything in simulation anyways. Whatever, it's fine. I'm rambling so much at this point. I'll rearrange the depth chart a little bit, but this is pretty much how we're going to be going, I think. And I'll definitely rearrange this. And I do like what I did with James Houston. He got superstar dev, which is cool. I'm going to do that from now on. If we have a player, like a pass rusher that's underperforming, I'll give him traits and I'll balance it by giving another division rival's underperforming pass rushers traits. I mean, it just makes it more realistic because James Houston and Jacob Martin shouldn't be getting like 2 sacks a season. I know they're not like the biggest names ever, obviously, but they're okay starters. With Houston having a lot of upside, obviously, they should be getting more than like 2 sacks a year. So that makes it a little more realistic. But anyways, let's get to the end of year number 4, the final year of this rebuild, and let's see if everything can come together and if we can have a good record. Part of me like very, very much doubts it, and by part of me, I mean all of me doubts it very much, but we'll see what happens. Okay, well, before I reveal how we did in year number 4, if you haven't already, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. It really does help out the channel. I very much appreciate it. And again, let's see if we can get to 1,500 likes. Be sure to take a second to like the video if you've made it all the way here, because clearly you enjoyed at least a little bit if you made it all the way here. Unless you fell asleep, then that's valid. And you know, if you want to sleep to my videos, I mean, that pumps the shit out of my watch watch time, so I mean, I certainly wouldn't complain. Just a suggestion, smile, and subscribe if you, of course, did enjoy this video, because literally all my videos are the same. Well, not really, but like, I do rebuilds, that's what I do. But if you couldn't tell from the amazing amount of morale, -4 for Elijah Mitchell, that's great. In year number 4, we finished 1-16, so not great, believe it or not. Where do we rank in the NFL in terms of overall? I mean, we're an 82, which is probably the worst in the NFL, but we also went 1-15, so that really drags our overall down from all the negative morale. I would guess we would be like an 82-ish with like positive morale. Oh, well, with positive, we would probably be like an 84 or something, but with even neutral, we would probably be like an 82-ish at least. So I don't know. The team obviously isn't great, but it's the fact that it's only 6th round picks and it's even a passable team, at least on paper, is, I guess, a good thing. I can't consider this a success, but you know, we've developed the team decently well for the most part. And given a few more years, I mean, this team could be legitimately decent, but like at the same time, I don't know. But either way, I had fun with this chaos of a rebuild, and I really hope y'all enjoyed. But again, like, subscribe if you enjoyed. If you haven't already, you're probably not going to, so thank you all so much for watching. Let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all might have down below. You're a real one if you've made it all the way to the end of this, so I very much appreciate that. And with that, I'll see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.